morning, everybody, and this is Dr. Zeb, and happy Valentine's Day to you. We don't have a lot of people logged on. I hope you all aren't sleeping in and booed up or whatever you're doing on this good Sunday morning, but it is good to see you and so good to be with you virtually this morning. Do me a favor, we got to go through all of our channels. We've got to say good morning to everybody. And so do me a favor. I want you to go ahead and start hitting that like button, hitting that share button now, telling everybody to get on to tune in this morning. I'm telling you, I've got a very powerful word for you. I know it's Valentine's Day. I don't want to mess up anybody's boo experience today. And so Pastor promises to be fast. I'm not going to keep you on to 11 o'clock today. Pastor promises to be fast, but I'm grateful to be here this morning, and I hope you are as well. All right, so let's start liking, let's start sharing, and let's get ready to get into it. All right, I'm going to go through all of the networks. You know how we do. Let's start with Facebook. Good morning to you. It is good to see you virtually. Facebook, thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor. Well, let's get the numbers rolling quickly this morning. I want you to hit that like button, that love button on Facebook, and then I want you to share this video. Would you share it? And then tag 5 people. Tell them to tune in. Tell them to tune in right now because this is a very powerful message on this good Valentine's Day morning. All right, so tag 5 people. Go ahead. Hit that @ symbol. I need to see it in the comments. I want you to tag 5 people and tell them to tune in this morning because this is going to be a powerful time. So good morning, Facebook. Make sure you say good morning in the chat room. Speak to everybody that's there. And I know our numbers are going to climb as people get up. People might be laid up in the bed this morning watching the stream, but that's all good. Ain't going to be no haters on this broadcast today. I need all of y'all that don't have no Valentine to be excited for somebody else having a Valentine. Pastor's already in a corny mood already. I already feel it. But make sure you say good morning. I want you to tag 5 people now. Tell them to tune in. Instagram, good morning to you. It's good to see you virtually. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get the number rising this morning. If you would, Instagram, do me a favor. I want you to tag 5 people right now. Instagram, tag 5 people right now. Tell them to tune in. Fill it up with hearts. Let me know that you're on. And I want you to tag 5 people and tell them to tune in this morning. This is our relationship goal series, Valentine's Day edition. And I got a very powerful word today that's practical. You're going to be able to take many things with you today. And I'm excited to share it with you. All right. So make sure, again, Instagram, you hit the like button, hit the love button. And then I want you to tag 5 people now and tell them to tune in. YouTube, good morning to you. It is good to virtually see our YouTube folks this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in on Thursday night for, what was it, Rehab After Dark on Thursday. And I had to apologize to Mother Brenda for my mouth and carrying on Thursday, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you tuned in, if you did not, go back and catch the replay and share that message with somebody from Thursday. Do me a favor, YouTube, if you're on the line, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to our channel. And not only that, I want you to tag 5 people. Send that link to 5 people at the REHABCC is where we are on YouTube, and tell them to tune in at the REHABCC on YouTube. Tell them to tune in. And I wanted you on YouTube to encourage somebody to be a part of our broadcast this morning. Again, YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in Thursday. We had a wonderful time. And certainly praying that you enjoyed Thursday's Rehab After Dark. And then finally, Periscope, Twitter. I know we are almost at the end of the road with you, but good morning to you. And those of you that tune in on Periscope, thank you so much for tuning in. Do me a favor, fill it up with hearts. I'm going to see hearts flying up the screen. Our numbers are starting to rise. So I think people are either getting out of the bed or they sliding over and asking their boo for a few minutes. And so I want you on Periscope to fill it up with hearts. I want to see hearts flying up the screen. And then do me a favor on Periscope. I want you to hit that @ symbol and tag 5 of your Twitter followers and tell them to tune in. Would you do that? Tag 5 of your Twitter followers. Tell them to tune in this morning, to like, to share this video on Twitter. And I promise you they're going to be blessed in a tremendous way. Listen, I'm excited to get into this today. Let me go ahead. I might need to disconnect my earpods. It just hit me. We got to make sure that the other networks, Instagram here, our program participants, but I'm ready to get into this. I've got Sister Karen that's getting ready to come for scripture this morning. And I'm so excited just to get into this again. I want to give you 60 more seconds. I promise you, Pastor promises. Because some of y'all, I hear you groaning and griping this morning, Pastor. I don't want to do church this morning. I got my boo right here, and I need some boo time. I promise you, Pastor's not going to keep you long. Pastor's not going to be no hater. Pastor's not going to keep you long today. Pastor's going to ensure that you get all the boot time that you need. He's going to ensure that you get all the boot time that you need this morning. And so I promise you, if you will bear with me into the program this morning, and I need you to do me a favor. I want you to share, tag, and share this video again with 5 people. Doesn't matter the network that you're on. Share, tag this video with 5 people and tell them to tune in. And I promise you, this is going to be a blessing to them in a tremendous way. Come on, Sister Karen. I'm getting ready to bring you on. I'm giving you the heads up so that you're ready. I'm getting ready to bring you on right now. I see you. I'm getting ready to tune you in. Good. Let me get you to turn. I think your camera's turned sideways. Now you're upside down. Turn it the other way. There we go. Good morning, Sister Karen.
Good morning, Pastor.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing tremendously well. Happy Valentine's Day to you and the kiddos, and certainly pray.
Thank you. Same to you and your family.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and certainly pray that you are having a fantastic Sunday so far.
Yes, my birthday is tomorrow.
Get out of here. So your birthday is the day after Love Day, so that means you got a lot going on today.
Yes, sir.
None wrong with it. I want you to enjoy it. Listen, I'm going to shut up so that you can go ahead and lead us in scripture this morning.
All right, I'll be reading Jeremiah 29 verses 11 through 13. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I have read Jeremiah 29 verses 11 through 13.
Absolutely awesome. I appreciate you, my friend, and thank you so much. I love you. I'm praying for you.
Thank you, Pastor.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. I love y'all.
And we love you more. Listen, I'm so excited. We are getting right into this. We're rolling already. Let's get the numbers up. I told you, I had a feeling our numbers will be low this morning. Folks are booed up this morning. I can tell it's raining outside, and y'all ain't thinking about Pastor or no Rehab Christian Center this morning, but I'm going to give you this good word and get out your way. So do me a favor. If you have not already, I want you to fill up the broadcast with likes, with hearts. I need you to tag 5 people quickly and tell them to tune in. This is going to be a very powerful, practical message and very relevant for today, Valentine's Day, and relationship goals and all of these things that we've been dealing with all month long. So again, fill it up with hearts. I want you to tag 5 people now. Come on. I need to see the number climbing. I want you to tag 5 people now, and let's get ready to go into it. All right. Listen, I don't have my person for prayer. She's not on yet. So if Elder Misty, if you're tuned in, if you would go ahead and jump on, I want to get right into declaration. Go ahead and jump on, Elder Misty, if you would, so we can get right into declaration because I want to get into the word. I promise you, I ain't going to keep y'all long today. Pastor ain't going to be no hater. He ain't going to hate on y'all's Valentine's Day and whatever y'all doing. And I would suggest y'all do the same. Amen. Y'all stop hating on folk that got people today. And so we're going to get right into it. I don't want to belabor the time. Elder Missy is saying she cannot get in. I saw you in earlier. So use the same link. I don't know if you can hear me. I saw you in earlier, Elder Misty. So use the same link. The link hasn't changed. So if you can't try to use the same link, if we can't get you in, we'll go ahead and walk through the declaration as well. All right. So while Elder Misty is doing this, I want you to tag 5 people. Are y'all tagging? I need you to start tagging. I see the numbers starting to climb. I want you to start tagging 5 people now. Tell them to tune in. This is going to be a powerful time, and I'm excited to share with you this morning. I'm going to talk about 7 different types of love. And this is important because today's message really is going to talk about the depth and the breadth of love. And love is just not what you think that's it's just romantic. Love is greater than just a romantic love. There's 7 different types of love that you will apply at different areas and points of your life. And you need to know about these types of love, not only just to know them, but you need to know how to apply them into your lives for the different situations in your lives, the different people in your lives. So this is going to be a very powerful, very practical, and very fast message. I promise you, because some of y'all hit me up yesterday, Pastor, don't be long-winded tomorrow. I got you. Pastor got you. Pastor ain't going to be no hater. Pastor ain't mad. Pastor going to get out your way so you can do what you're doing today. But I want to give you this word, and I promise you it's going to bless you in a tremendous way. All right. I don't see Elder Missy. I think she's having some challenges getting in. And so I'm going to walk us through declaration. Can I do that? I'm going to walk us through declaration. So if you would get prepared, you should start to see it on your screen here in just a second. But let's walk through declaration. And I'm excited. I'm excited about declaration and really excited about being with you this morning. And so let's go through this together. Let's go through this together. And we're going to read the declaration. So right where you are, I want you to repeat after me. I'm going to go good and slow so that you can repeat after me right where you are. All right. All right. Read with me. Restore. We declare that everything that is broken, lost, hurt, or destroyed that belongs to us and has been designed by God is restored. My faith is restored. My joy is restored. My mind is restored. Even my lost time is restored. I am no longer broken. The fact that I'm alive means I have another chance. My faith has restored me. And right now, his love is making me whole. Evangelize. We declare that God helped us so we can help somebody else. He loved me when I was unlovable. He changed me when I was a mess. His love lifted me when I was down. I'm not perfect, but I'm free. And anything that came for me can't keep me. Because I'm free, my circle is next. My family is saved. My friends are successful. My plans are ahead of schedule. My plans are successful. My goals are ahead of schedule, and anything connected to me is blessed, just like me. Hope. We declare that everything that is missing is not lost. In Jesus, I have hope, and this hope makes me confident. It doesn't matter what happens to me or around me. I'm going to win. My relationships are winning. My goals are winning. My family is winning. My neighbor is winning. This city will win, and my role has the victory. My past is defeated, and my future is brighter today than it was yesterday. Say it with me. Alternatives. We declare that God made us different. I'm a royal child, the light of the world, and the hope of my city. I respect the past, but I don't look like what I've been through. I love the church, and my life is balanced. I love coming to church, but I like flights, boats, and vacations. My whole life is blessed. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a lender, not a borrower, and every place I go belongs to me. Let's do this. Breakthrough. Y'all ready? We declare that God has a breakthrough with our name on it. I have some challenges, but I am not defeated. No weapon formed against me can prosper. And I know that all things are working for my good. Things are not breaking down, they are about to break through. There is a breakthrough in my career. There is a breakthrough in my home. There is a breakthrough in my health. There is a breakthrough in my finances. I am here on purpose for a purpose, and everything that went wrong is getting ready to turn around. Listen, did you say that with me this morning? Are you as pumped as Pastor is this morning? Listen, if you said that declaration with me this morning, I need you to do me a favor. I need you right now to type in the comments. You know what's getting ready to come. I want you to put it in the comments right now. It's already done. Come on. I need to see it. It's already done. Type it now. It's already done. It's already done. You don't even realize that regardless of where you are, regardless of what you're dealing with, regardless of where it is that you are in your life, regardless of how you feel about your life, I want you to be encouraged this morning to know that it's already done. Come on, type it in the comments. I need to see it. It's already done. It's already done. Everything I'm praying for, I'm hoping for as it relates to God and those things that I desire in my life, it's already done. Come on, type it. It's already done. Say it like you mean it. Type it like you mean it. Tell the person next to you like you mean it. I want you to put it in the comments now. It's already done. It's already done. I'm here to tell you, God is working things out in your favor, for your good, and for your benefit. And all you have to do is just simply be encouraged. Be encouraged to know that God is working it out for your good. Listen, things are not breaking down, they are about to break through. And I tell you, I literally felt that this morning as I was reading it, that this is not a season where things are breaking apart or breaking down. This is a season where God is making some things break through in your life. I want you to be encouraged this morning to know that God is working some things out in your favor and for your good. You got to be encouraged. Don't care what it looks like. Don't care what you're dealing with. Don't care what you're going through. God is working it out. Your job is to believe that it's already done. All right. Listen, let's get into this. I'm excited. Let's get into this. I'm going to talk about the 7 types of love. It's 9:26. And so for all of you lovers out there, y'all that's just rolling over, got booze next to you, tell your boo to wake up and get this word real fast. And then Uncle Pastor gonna get out of your way. I promise you, he's going to get out of your way. But today I'm going to talk about 7 types of love. Put it on in the chat box today. I want you to take good notes today because I'm going to give you a lot of very practical things. 7 types of love is the topic today. So I want you to put it in the comments and let's get prepared. Again, if you have not shared this video, if you have not tagged anybody in this video, I want you to do it ASAP because it's going to be powerful. We're going to walk through 7 types of love. And this is why, because at the end of the day, what we need to know is that not all love is created equal. All right. I want you to remember this. Not all love is created the same. Not all love is created equal. This is very important to understand. There are different types of love that are necessary for different types of situations. Again, not all love is created the same. Not all love is created equal. There are different types of love that are created for different types of situations, right? And dependent on the situation, dependent on the issue, there is a different type of love for every situation, circumstance, challenge, whatever you're in. So this is very important to understand. Sensual love is not the same as brotherly love, right? And so you don't love people in general the same way you love your boo, right? It doesn't work that way, right? There's a sensual kind of love. There is a brotherly love. There is a love that is reserved for people that you are romantically involved with. There is a love that is reserved for everybody, right? Loving your brother and your sister, people you don't know, your neighbor, your enemies. There's a sensual love. There's a brotherly love, and so there are different types of love. Compassionate love is not the same as tough love, right? You know, many of us grew up being the recipients of tough love. Many of you give tough love. Maybe you have children, you have other people in your family who have challenges, and you love them, but you have to love them through the challenges. You have to love them in a way that helps them to grow and mature. That's tough love. So tough love and compassion or passionate love, I'm sorry, just aren't the same, right? So there's different types of love, different applications of love for different situations. And I think this is critically important for us to understand. And the reason it is because when we know what situation we are in, we know what type of love to apply, when to apply it, and it helps us to love better. I want you to remember this. Knowing the right kind of love helps you to know what kind of love to apply, when to apply it, and how to love better. All right. And the goal of today is for you, when you leave this broadcast, when you finish watching this recording, if you're catching the replay, is to understand what kind of love is appropriate for what kind of situation, whatever situation you're in, to know when to apply that love so that ultimately you can love better, right? Listen, I want to say this to all of you, and don't take offense to this, but this is just the truth. If you attempt to love everybody the same, you're not going to love everybody well. Listen to me. If you attempt to love everybody the same, you will not be able to love everybody well because not all love is created equal. And this is the major point that you've got to catch today. Because not all love is equal, because we don't love all situations, all circumstances, all people the same. You've got to know what type of love to apply in what type of situation, in what type of circumstance. So again, not all love is the same. Not all love is applied the same. And when you understand these different types of love, you understand how to apply them given their situation. All right. Are y'all with me? I don't see a lot of notes this morning. Either y'all sleepy or y'all really getting it in. Either way, I need you to type some notes this morning. All right. Now let's get into the 7 types of love. Number 1, the first type of love I want to talk about is eros. E-R-O-S. Eros. The first type of love is eros. E-R-O-S. All right. That's love number 1. Right. I know, Nikki, I think the folks is booed up this morning or mad or something. I told y'all, look, y'all better stop being mad at folk that got Valentine's. And if you single and you up, or Pastor, I'm up, everybody else ought to be like, no, some folk booed up this morning. Let them catch the replay. It's all good. But y'all need to stop hating, stop being mad, and put some comments in the chat line. All right. Love number 1, eros. All right. Love number 1 is eros. E-R-O-S. Eros. This is the sexual, the passionate kind of love, the romantic kind of love, right? And this love is often confused with logos or reason, right? Sometimes people confuse passionate love with reason. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, all right? And I'll tell you something else. Eros is oftentimes also confused with lust. And this is important. People are quick to confuse eros, passionate love, romantic love, with lust, especially if the timing or the circumstances are wrong, right? And we talked about this in week 1, day 1 of this relationship series. And I'm going to reiterate it again. You know, some of us need to be sure that we really in love and that it ain't just like or heavy like. It is easy to confuse heavy like with love. Sometimes they feel the same, but they're not the same. All right, look at this. James chapter 1. I want you to get it quickly. James chapter 1, verse 12 through 15, King James Version. All right, look at this. James chapter 1, verse 12 through 15 in the King James Version. I'm going to read this quickly. All right, James chapter 1, verse 12 through 15 in the King James Version. Look at this. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised him to them that love him." Verse 13, "Let no man say," this is good, "when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man." Verse 14, "But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin." I'm in verse 15. "And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death." This is important. See, when your love is not pure and love is filled with things like lust or temptation, you shift out of eros and you begin to confuse what is passionate, romantic, pure love with what is just, I want this at the moment. And I want to say this to you, especially to you on Valentine's Day. Some of y'all are upset today, numbers low, comments are quiet. Let me tell y'all something, especially on Valentine's Day. There's a lot of people today that think they're in love, but really they just in lust. All right? Pastor ain't hating, I'm just keeping it 100. Because when you really in love, love is greater than just a moment. Love is greater than just a momentary smash, right? There's a whole lot of babies conceived last night. And love is greater than just a moment of passion, a moment of intimacy. Love is greater than that, right? And so we've got to be careful not to confuse what we lust for with what we are in love with. This is important, right? Now, I know y'all sing the SWV song, "I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control, then something comes over me." That don't mean you in love. Getting weak in the knees and being in love are two totally different things. Because I'm going to tell you something, that when you are in love for real, some days you ain't weak in the knees. Some days you mad in your spirit. Some days you want to go upside somebody's head. So being in love is greater than just being weak in the knees. You know, we gotta get out of this mindset. And I want to say this to you. We've got to get out of this mindset that being in love is going to always have you walking around weak. It don't work like that. You know, being in love is going to always have you walking around googly eyed. It doesn't work like that. Right? Love is greater than that. Real love, true love, Honest love is greater than that. All right. And so we've got to make sure that we're sure of that. All right. Love number two. Y'all ready? Love number two. Love number two is Philia. I'm going to spell this for you. Philia. 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 This is love number two. We're going through 7. I'm on number 2. Philia. 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 This kind of love is love that is shared goodwill between individuals. All right. Philia is shared goodwill between individuals. This is the type of love that we typically refer to when we're talking about friendship, right? When you think about friends, people that you're connected to in friendship, you typically, when you say you love your friend, you don't love them in a romantic way, right? You're typically saying when you love your best friend, your partners, ride or dies, whatever you want to call them, you are loving them in a philia kind of love. Again, this is shared goodwill between two people or a group of people, right? Philia is critical because it is a mutual connection with mutual benefit. Remember this, y'all. I'm dropping nuggets this morning. Philia is a mutual connection with mutual benefit. This is important. Philia, the friendship kind of love, is a mutual connection with mutual benefit. I want to say this to you, and this is going to impact some of y'all and make some of y'all feel some kind of way, but I'm going to just say it. If you are in a friendship with anybody and there is not mutual benefit from the friendship, it is not a friendship. A friendship that is one-sided is not a friendship. When you are in a real friendship, both people in the friendship should be getting something out of the friendship. If you're in a friendship and all you do is give and you never receive, if all you do is pour and you never receive, if all you do is give and you never get anything in return, that ain't no friendship. You are enslaved. That's not a friendship. And see, many times what we don't realize is that in relationships with people, and I'm talking about, when I say relationships, I'm talking about friendships, those types of things, nothing romantic. When you're in friendships with people, those friendships should be two-sided. You should be getting back as much as you give in a friendship. If every time y'all go out to eat, you always paying the bill, it's one-sided. If every time y'all travel, take a girl's trip, take a guy's trip, whatever, and you paying for everything and they don't ever pay for nothing, it's one-sided. You're not in a friendship. You're not in a mutually beneficial connection with whoever it is you're claiming to be friends with. And so I want to say this to you. Remember, Proverbs 17:7 says, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. What makes that verse so powerful is that it is a reminder that people are really your friends when you need them the most. See, I shared this with somebody about a week and a half ago. And we were laughing about it because, I was trying to explain to him that I'm not funny acting. I'm just slow to put the label of friends on people. I'm slow to say things like, that's my brother, that's my sister. I'm slow to do that. Let me tell you why. Because anytime you put the label brother, sister, friend on people, what you are suggesting is that there is a mutually beneficial relationship between you and that person or those people. And oftentimes we just put the label of friendship on people just to say we got friends. And Pastor has never been so interested in having friends that I'm willing to just throw the label out there. That I'm just willing to just throw the label out there just to say I got a friend or just to say I got a buddy. Listen, you are better off on this good, rainy, cold Valentine's Day. You are better off having 1 or 2 folks that you can really call friend than having 50 or 60 people you think are friends and they're really not friends, right? Be slow with the labels, friend, brother, sister. Heck, I see you, Sister Hope. I don't even use associates like that no more because sometimes when folks are associates or think they're associates, they still think they got a connection to you. I don't even use that word no more. Listen, you either is or you ain't in my life. Huh? And I don't know if I'm talking to anybody. I hope you feel the same. You either is or you ain't. You either is a friend or you ain't a friend. Period. You either is a brother or you ain't a brother. You either is a sister or you ain't a sister. We got to stop throwing the title around. Because again, when we understand Philia love, we understand that friendships are not one-sided. Connections with people, friendships are not one-sided. And we got to stop being entangled in one-sided friendships. If you connected to anybody in this season that you call them brother, sister, or friend, you better make sure you're getting as much out of the deal as you give it. Y'all ain't typing this morning. What's wrong? Do y'all want me to just spend the rest of the time talking about y'all being mad? Come on, y'all. I know it's Valentine's Day. If you ain't got nobody, type. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. Listen, we got to get out of these one-sided friendships. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I was counseling a young lady about 3 weeks ago who was just talking about how all of these relationships that she's in, these friendships, and some of them are familial, some of them are just, relationships with friends in general. She was just talking about how she's just giving and giving and giving so much and not getting much in return. And I told her, you need to reevaluate your list. You need to reevaluate your list. You got to enter into a season where you are giving, you are receiving just as much as you're giving. Now, Pastor, I hear you. But Pastor, that's selfish. You just talked about Pastor not being selfish. You shouldn't be selfish. Which one is it going to be? No, that's not being selfish. When you are putting the label of friend on people, when you giving anybody a label, people who have labels in your life have to live up to those labels. I'm going to say that again. Y'all not typing. People who you are putting labels on in your life have to live up with those labels. They have to live up to those labels. You got to stop giving folks labels that they're not living up to. That's friend, that's brother, that's sister, that's boo, that's bae, that's ride or die, that's sink or swim, whatever you calling them. If they're not living up to the title you giving them, you got to take the title. Period. Your relationships, especially the ones that are friends based, should be mutually beneficial. And that's what Philia is. All right. Is that making sense? Number three. I'm going to tell y'all, there's a whole lot of people I stopped fooling with in 2020 because I felt like I was giving more than what I was receiving. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. And some of you are in the same boat where you still trying to fool with people and roll with people who frankly ain't putting in as much as you putting in. And so you got to stop that. All right. You got to stop that. Look at this. Love number three, love type number three. Y'all with me? The third type of love is this. It is Storge. 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 This is Storge. This is family love. All right. Storge is family love. This is the love between parents and their children. Right? This is the love between spouses. This is the love between brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandson. This is family love. This is a love born out of familiarity. This is a love that is born out of dependency. Okay? This is a very important love for this reason. Many of you have issues in your relationships because you had issues with your family love, right? The love you received at home, the love you received from siblings, the love you received of those that you are related to. And so I want to say to you, it is critically important, and I'm especially talking to all of you parents this morning. Your parents in a marriage situation, you're a single parent, doesn't matter what kind of parent you are. I want to say this, and I want you to hear me in love. It is critically important that you really demonstrate the appropriate type of love to your children, because people struggle in romantic relationships because they struggle with storge, right? They struggle in familial types of love situations. They struggle in situations where they weren't receiving the right type of love at home. They weren't receiving the right type of love in their family. And as a result, they could not love people right romantically because they weren't loved right as children. They weren't loved right as cousins, as brothers. It's so important. See, this is how mates, this is how people who are mates in relationships become siblings. I'm going to explain this. This is how mates become siblings. This is how, ladies, your man does not become your man, but ends up being your son. Watch this. If, ladies, the man you are with was not properly loved by his mother or his father, then sometimes the things he did not receive from them, he expects to receive from you. Which is why, and let's take a mama's boy for an example. This is better than y'all saying amen. Y'all, if y'all don't get happy for somebody else having a boo on Valentine's Day, y'all ain't gonna ever have one. Y'all better come out of that. Pastor just feel like acting petty this morning. Look at this. This is it. Ladies, take a man that you dating that's a mama's boy. Let's say you dating a man that's a mama's boy, and the mama been giving him everything that he wants, and he always gets his way. Um, and he doesn't really have to work to do anything. Then when you are in a relationship with him, he treats you not like a woman who is independent, who doesn't need anything, and he's independent, doesn't need anything. He becomes codependent on you. And when he becomes codependent on you, he doesn't see you. He sees you romantically. He can he can have sex with you. He can do all of that stuff with you. He can do those things, but he also sees you as his mom because he sees another female that he is connected to, and he expects you to be to him what his mama is. Ever seen the movie Baby Boy? If you ever seen the movie Baby Boy, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because the movie Baby Boy is Mama's Boy one, is Storge 101, right? What old Tyrese wasn't getting at home, Tyrese wasn't getting at home in terms of discipline, in terms of structure. He was out here getting it from these ladies in the streets who were treating him like their son. Old girl, what's her name? Fine self. Lord Jesus, she fine. She ghetto fine. Taraji Henson. Yes, sir. Ghetto fine. But Taraji Henson was treating Jody just like her son. Why? Because Jody was not getting from home what he should have been getting from his mama. You see, this is why when you got kids, your job to raise your kids, listen to me, parents, your job is not to be their friend. Your job is not to be their best friend. Your job is to be their mama. Your job is to be their daddy. Your job is not to be their, me and my son, I tell you, I hear some of you about me and my son, we just best friends. My son tell me everything and I tell him everything. That ain't gonna work. Yes, you want a relationship where they can tell you things. You absolutely do. But let me tell you something. Your kids should be so comfortable with you that they see you in that type of way where there are no boundaries. Because when there are no boundaries between you and your children, then all of a sudden you don't end up with a good son on your hand. You end up with a Jody on your hand. And when Jody leaves your house and gets out here in a romantic relationship with a woman, he ends up treating the woman like his mama. Y'all don't like this. Now here come the comments. Now y'all talk. Jody ends up treating his romantic relationship like his mama because his mama didn't teach Jody how to be a man. And I know some of y'all like that. I know y'all like the Jodys who, y'all want to take care of ladies and y'all want to pay their bills and y'all want to fix some tacos all day. I know some of y'all like that. And if that's what you like, go do what you like. But I'm here to tell you, ladies, fellas, if you got children, your job is to teach them how to be young men, young women, how to be independent and not codependent, so that when they connect with somebody, they got a lot to offer. They ain't just offering sex. They ain't just offering money. They've got more than that to offer. And this is how we do it, by offering Storge. Are y'all listening to me? Storge is powerful. I know y'all don't like this. Storge is powerful because Storge really is the foundation for Eros. Listen to me. Storge is the foundation for good Eros. If Storge is good, right? If good family love is good, if a daughter, if If a daddy teaches his daughter how to love, if a daddy teaches his son how to love, if a mother teaches his son how to love, if a mother teaches his daughter how to love, good storge is the foundation for good arrows. You can love people great when you've been loved well at home. Listen, I know y'all hear me talk about my parents a lot. I'm gonna talk about my parents again real quick. I know I didn't have the perfect parents. Nobody has perfect parents, but let me tell you something. My mom and daddy loved us. My mom and daddy love us. They taught us love. Yeah, we was probably spoiled a little bit. I can admit that. It took me a long time to admit that pastor's a little bit spoiled. Amen. I can admit it. Y'all shut up. Mind your business. Pastor was a little spoiled. I can admit that. But let me tell you something. That love that I received from my mom and daddy positioned me to be able to give people arrows. I know how to give people arrows because I received storge. And see, parents, I know you want to run the street. You're still young. It's Valentine's Day. You didn't send your kids off somewhere so you can be booed up. Listen, I hear all of that. Do whatever you're doing. But hear what I'm saying and hear me in love. You better spend time developing storge with your children so that they don't grow up dysfunctional, so that they don't look at relationships in a dysfunctional way, and so that they are able to offer people arrows in a proper way. Is that making sense to y'all? Is that making sense at all? If it is, fill it up with hearts. Fill it up with hearts. I'm grateful for my parents. My parents, I had a healthy relationship, father-son, mother-son relationship with both my mom and my dad. And that helped me to understand what a healthy eros relationship looks like, right? Again, eros ain't going to be impactful if storge doesn't start off well. Your first example of love. This thing is good to me. I might spend more time on this on too. We might just talk about Jody and what was her name? On what was Taraji P. Henson's name on Baby Boy? Come on, somebody put it in the comments real quick. What was her name? Yvette. We might just talk about Jody and Yvette on Tuesday. We might just talk about Jody and Yvette on Tuesday. My parents give me a great storge foundation, and what we don't even realize is that your first example of love when you come into this world is not arrows. Folk ain't kissing you in the mouth when you born. Your first example of love is storge. Who's holding you? Who embraces you? Who tells you you're special? Who tells you you're amazing? Who tells you you're enough? My mom and dad used to always, we didn't always win every competition. I sure didn't always have great grades. Ashley had wonderful grades. My brother was just a walking genius. He didn't even have to study, could sleep in class, wake up and make A's. I was the one that over in the corner somewhere having to study hard. I didn't always make A's, didn't always win competitions, didn't always win first place, but it never stopped my parents from saying, hey, you awesome, man. You're enough. You're going to be powerful. You're going to be this. And what that did is it built a foundation for me to be able to now, as a grown man, be able to pour out love in any way that I want to pour it out. So it's important that we get storge right. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I want y'all to hear me in love. Get storge right so that you can make sure that you love the right way arrows. Now, I don't appreciate how y'all coming for me in these comments. Talking about when I guess y'all talking about when I said I was spoiled. I don't appreciate that. Pastor is not spoiled. Pastor is just well taken care of. Amen. All right. Number 4, the fourth type of love is a good one. The fourth type of love is agape. We hear this one in church all the time. Agape. A-G-A-P-E. Agape. A-G-A-P-E. Agape. A-G-A-P-E. This is the fourth type of love. It's called agape. A-G-A-P-E. Agape is universal love. It's charity and concern for everybody. All right. Agape is universal love. It is charity. It is concern for everybody. Doesn't matter if you know them, you don't know them. Don't matter if whatever. Thank you. I appreciate that. Pastor simply blessed, not spoiled, blessed. I appreciate it. Y'all gonna get up off me today on Valentine's Day. All right. Pastor ain't bothering y'all. Y'all booed up. Pastor ain't saying nothing to y'all. He ain't hating. He ain't doing it. Y'all leave me alone today. All right. Agape is charity and concern for everybody. It's universal love, right? And think about this. Think about it in the context of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Look at this. Though I speak with tongues of men and of angels and have not charity or agape, it profits me nothing. For the believer, this is important. If you are a believer, It is impossible to say that you are a believer and you don't have agape. It's impossible. I want to say this again. It is impossible for you to say, I am a believer, but I don't have agape or universal love. You cannot love a God you've never seen before, but not love people that you see every day. I'm about to get in trouble here. You cannot say you love a God that you have never seen before, but don't even like the people you see every single day. You don't even love the people you see every day. And again, this agape universal love, it ain't eros. I ain't saying walk out here in the street and just grab somebody, be like, I love you, and hold their hand. I'm not saying that's not agape, right? It's not, agape is not eros. God, agape is just general charity and general concern for everybody. When you tell your friends you love them, you ain't saying you want to sleep with them. What you're saying is, I generally have concern for you. I generally have care for you. I generally care about your well-being. That's what agape is. Is that making sense? And so we have to make sure that we operate in this. Look at this. 1 John chapter 4, verse 15 through 21. I'm in the ESV version. All right. 1 John chapter 4, verse 15 through 21. I want to read through this because I'm getting ready to stomp on a toe or two real quick. 1 John chapter 4, verse 15 through 21, ESV version. All right, we're talking about agape, universal love. I'm going through the 7 types of love. I'm on number 4. All right, look at this. 1 John chapter 4, verse 15 through 21. Look at this. It says, whoever confesses that Jesus is the Son of God, God abides in him, and he is God. Verse 16. So we have come to know and to believe the love that God has for us. God is love. And whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. Look at verse 17. By this is love perfected with us, so that we may have confidence for the day of judgment. Because as he is, so also are we in this world. Verse number 18. Look at this. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. Look at verse 19. We love because he first loved us. If anyone says, verse 20, this is where I'm about to get in trouble. Verse 20 says, if anyone says, I love God and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he who does not love his brother, whom he has not seen, cannot love God, whom he has not seen. Look at this, verse 21. And this commandment we have from him: whoever loves God must also love his brother. I'm getting ready to talk to all of you rockheads out there that shout every week, that shout every Sunday. You speak in tongues on Sunday. You be flipping over the couches now that we in virtual church. You be flipping over the couches. You be doing an electric slide in your kitchen, shouting to shout music. You be doing all this speaking in tongues and breakdancing, but you just as mean and nasty as to your brother and sister. You don't love God. I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna say this loud, and I'm gonna try not to scream in this place that I'm in. If you doing all of that, speaking in tongues, shouting, falling out, all of that stuff, but you walk right by people and you don't speak, you don't love God. You don't love God. Pastor, you can't judge me. I just did. I just judged you. I know. I say rockets. I'm sorry, Sister Courtney. Pray for Pastor. I just judged you. If you can walk by people and not even speak, but you claim you love God, you don't love God. You don't love him. It's a bunch of noise, but you don't love God. Because the Bible tells us here plainly that there's no way you can say you love a God you've never seen, but you don't have agape or universal love or universal charity for the folks you see every day. This is the problem that I have with church people. The problem that I have with church people, and Rehab will tell you, my members will tell you, I spend a lot of time fussing at them about this right here. Because I don't care how much you shout. I don't care how good you sing. I don't care how anointed you are. I don't care how many gifts you got. I don't care if you can lay hands on. But I had the craziest dream last night about laying on hands. I'm going to mention it in just a second. I don't care how much you lay hands on people. I don't care. All of this stuff. None of that matters if you're walking by people and you don't speak. None of that matters If you save, sanctified, speaking in tongues, none of that matters. If you walk right by people and you just as rude and you just as nasty. Some folk come out of the speaking in tongues and literally walk right by people and go sit down and don't even say 2 words to them. Where's God in that? I'm here to tell you, not only do you not love God, you don't even know him. God, I want to scream, come on, Zion, so fast, so bad this morning. Y'all better be glad I can't scream up in here. Are y'all listening to me? If you can shout and foam at the mouth and do all of that stuff, but not even speak to folk, you don't love God and you don't know him either. Are y'all listening to me? If you can walk right by people and not speak with your old saved big head self, and you can walk right by people and not speak and have no concern for them, you are not only do you not know God, you don't love him either. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And that's on Mary had a little lamb. You don't love people because that's not what agape is. Agape is greater than your speaking in tongues. In fact, agape is so powerful that agape will make you take your gifts. Let me give you Bible. Agape will make you take your gifts and put them on the altar and then go be concerned about people before you use your gifts. In other words, agape is more concerned with how you treat people than how gifted you are. God, I ain't got no help up in here. Agape is more concerned. Y'all, why y'all not typing this? I need y'all to type this down. Agape is more concerned with how you treat people than how gifted you are. Agape is more concerned with how you handle your brothers and sisters than how well you can sing, how well you can preach, how your spiritual gifts. I was laughing. I woke up this morning. I've been binging on snacks all weekend with the kids, binging. And because I promised them that I would. So I have been binging on snacks. And I can tell because I don't even be eating snacks like that no more, even on cheat days. And I cheat on the weekends, but I don't even be eating no heavy snacks because my body adjusts to it. My body really responds to what I eat. And that's what happens when if you drive a nice car and you put nice gas in your car. If you put cheap gas in it, then your car starts spitting and choking because your car is used to having good gas. And so I can tell, I know I've been eating well and taking care of myself because this weekend, all weekend, I just been binge snacking with the kids. Giselle and I was up last night, I don't know to what time, just binge snacking. And I woke up this morning because I had the craziest dream. I had a dream that I went to a grocery store. I went to a grocery store and I was going in the grocery store. And apparently this was a grocery store, in the hood or something. Because, there was a guy at the door. You know how they had the sliding doors when you come through the sensor? You come out. We came through the sliding door, but there was a line of people, about 4 or 5 people in line. And there was a man at the door who was checking everybody's temperature for COVID. Right. And so, I couldn't see what was going on in the front of the line. I had my earbuds on, so I was on my phone. I don't know who I was talking to. I just know I was 4 or 5 people back in the line. And so up in the front, a guy was checking people in for COVID. And for some reason at this grocery store, they were checking you as you were walking in the grocery store. And so I'm not going to sit up and say it was a prophetic dream. They're going to start checking us when we go to the grocery store because pastor's not like that. See, some of y'all be having dreams and be like, it's God. And a lot of times these dreams ain't God. You just had too much sugar the night before. Or you ate some ribs and your blood pressure went up. And so now you're delusional. And I'm convinced this was a delusional dream. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I got up to the line, the guy says, well, we ain't got no more thermometers. So I'm just checking temperatures. I need you to stand still. So I stood still and he puts his hand on my head like he's praying for me. Like he puts his hand on my head. And I'm standing in the line. True story. I'm not lying. I'm standing in the line and he does like this and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what are you doing? And he says, I'm checking your temperature. I jumped up and I was in tears. I was in tears. People were in the line cussing and complaining. This Negro ain't gonna put his hand on my head and check my temperature. I woke up crying, laughing, and I said, I will never binge snack with my kids again. All of this sugar, all of this sugar. Lord, if they start laying, if they didn't ran out of thermometers and start putting their hands on you to check your temperature, this dude put his hands on me to check my, I ain't say nothing. I said, what you doing? He said, I'm checking your temperature. When he finished, he went in the corner. There was a printer in the corner. This is the true story. I swear, y'all, I swear. There was a printer in the corner. And he printed some documents. And it had this information about COVID. And he gave me the papers and said, you can't come in, sir, because your temperature too high. He said you can't come in because your temperature too high. He gave me these papers, and I had to walk out of the store, and people was hollering. They was cussing in the line, saying he ain't gonna touch me. He ain't gonna touch me. And I woke up just in tears. I'm getting tickled. I woke up in tears. Listen, y'all, I don't care. I don't care what kind of gift you got. It's the gift of dreams, speaking in tongues. It don't matter to me. If you ain't got agape, none of that matters. If you don't have universal concern and care for people, none of this matters. And so we got to get our priorities together. We got to get our priorities together. I'm staying away from the snacks. That's on everything. I'm gonna do it within the day and wrap up today, and then I need about a month break from snacks, because I promise you, I woke up this morning out of that dream, and my stomach was hurting. Oh man, I got tears coming out my eyes. Listen, agape is universal love, and it's greater than a gift, and it's greater than all of this superficial stuff that we think is important. Your number one goal is to be able or to ensure that you have a universal love and care and concern for everybody. And if you do, then that's where you have impact. All right, look at this. Let's go to number 5. All right, I'm almost done. Pastor's doing good on time. Man, when that dude put his hand on my forehead in that dream, folk behind me started cussing. He said, man, I'm checking your temperature. All right, let me stop. Lord Jesus, this is so funny to me. Number 5. All right. The 5th type of love is ludus. Ludas. Ludus. Ludas. The 5th type of love is ludus, as in ludicrous, without the CRI. Ludus. Ludas. Ludus is playful love. It's playful love. It's teasing. It's dancing. It's wrestling. It's joking. It is playful love, right? It is a non-serious love. It is a flirting type of love. It could be a seductive type of love, depending on how it's used. It is all of those things, right? It's a playful love. Ludus can also be a friends with benefits love. I'm going to get to that in a second. Just give me a second. But ludus is a playful love. I want to suggest to all of you that if you are in any type of connections with people, in any types of way, it's okay to have fun sometimes, right? My heart goes out to y'all that's in love with folk and y'all can't never laugh. Y'all never have a good time. You don't ever get the guns out, have a Nerf gun battle, something. My heart goes out to you, because love don't always have to be serious, right? Ludus is a playful love. It is a love that involves things like flirt. It's not serious, but it's fun, right? It's loving, but it's fun. And so every element of love should have ludus in it. Now, here's the problem. Because of the playful nature of ludus and the flirtatious nature of ludus, if you're not careful, ludus can lead to flirtation that takes you to things like hit it and quit it, friends with benefits, in your inbox, and all of that stuff. So you gotta be careful with ludus. Ludus when done with strangers, can lead to other things. You hear what I'm saying? Ludus, when done with strangers, can lead to other things. Right? So you got to be careful with ludus. This is how, and I almost feel like I need to do a session on friends with benefits. I've been talking and coaching a lot of people up that's in that situation. Let me tell you something. Ludus can lead to friends with benefits where it's just, that's all it is playing and ain't no serious commitment. So you got to be careful here, because this type of love and flirting love and joking love and playing love doesn't necessarily, mean commitment, right? When you having a Nerf gun battle with somebody, you ain't trying to kill them for real, right? It's uncommitted. It's playful. It's not real. But if so much of that is happening with people that you're not in relationship with, one thing can lead to another. Are y'all listening to me? And so you've got to be careful with this type of love. But it is, again, a love that has its place. And it's not only with just people. Listen, you got children, you ought to have some ludus with your children. In other words, you ought to spend some time where you playing with your kids. Me and my kids, we have Nerf gun battles. We do all of that stuff. We do handstand competitions. My daughter is in gymnastics and doing really well in gymnastics. And when she first started, we were doing handstand competitions. Now I ain't doing a lot of handstand competitions with her because she's real good and she beats me and her brother. So we don't do a whole lot of handstand competitions with her anymore, but we do those like Nerf gun battles, handstand competitions, pain. We do all kinds of, because there is a need for ludus even in a parent-child type of relationship, right? So relationships should be playful too. They should be fun too. But again, you got to be careful with this one, because when you're giving out ludus to folks you don't know and they giving it back, and then butterflies start going, then you end up in situations where there's some serious action going on, but there ain't no serious commitment. And this is how people end up in situations that are uncommitted with people. So you got to be careful there. Again, it can lead to a benefit situation, friends with benefit situation, if the lines aren't drawn for commitment. All right. Number 6. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm speeding up because I didn't tickle myself and wasted time laughing at myself. All right. The 6th type of love. Sixth type of love is a very important one as well. It's called pragma. The 6th type of love is called pragma. 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 All right. The 6th type of love is called pragma. Pragma. All right. It's called pragma. Pragma. All right. Pragma is practical love based on reason, duty, and the long term. Pragma is practical love based on reason, duty, or the long term. Pragma is practical love based on reason, duty, or the long term. Pragma is practical love based on reason, duty, or the long term. Right? When you are operating in pragma, you are loving people based on personal qualities. Right? You are loving them and choosing to love them based on personal qualities, not the superficial stuff. Right? You are loving people not based on how long the hair is, or how many six-pack abs he got. You're not loving them based on that stuff. You're loving them based on how smart they are and how intelligent they are. Heck, can they cook? Are they kind? Are they fun to be around? Right? What type of personality do they have? This is pragma love. Pragma love is love that is based on qualities that last. I need y'all to hear me and hear me in love right here. Pragma love is love that is based on qualities that last. Now, let me give you a funny example that'll make this make sense. Some of y'all say, Pastor, make it make sense. That's what I do. Love based on qualities that last, right? So y'all know I hate the movie Color Purple, right? Y'all already know that, and I make no secrets. If you know me, you know I can't stand the movie, right? But think about Mr. and how Mr. was selecting his wife in Color Purple. Now, It was Celie and it was Nettie that he had to choose from. Now, I'm not knocking Nettie. I don't know Nettie. All right. Pastor's not knocking Nettie. But of the two, between Nettie and Celie, I think we would all agree that Nettie had better personal features, right? Superficial features. Maybe her looks, maybe her body, if you were looking at that little girl like that, whatever. Nettie had better personal features, superficial features. Mr. saw Celie, Mr. didn't want Celie. But the daddy is critical in all of this. This is important. The daddy, now look, now this goes deeper than this example. So hear me. This example is an apples to apples example. There's a lot of moving parts. It's clear why we all know why the daddy, there were some other reasons why the daddy didn't want to let Nettie go too. We all know that, right? We all know what was going on, the incest that was going on in the movie, right? So we all understand that. So this isn't an apples to apples example. It might be more like apples to pears, right? So y'all follow me. But we all know the daddy was messing with Nettie and all of this stuff. And we all know Mr. wanted Nettie for the superficial stuff. But the daddy did get this right. The daddy said, listen, take Celie. If you want a wife, take Celie. Because the daddy knew that no, she didn't look like much, but she could cook. She could take care of kids. She could clean. She could do all of those things. The daddy knew that stuff. And so the daddy was like, take Celie. And if you take Celie, you're going to get all this. And so Mr. ends up with Celie. The daddy ends up pushing Celie out based on pragma, right? It was based on not a love that was based on how good she looked, but he recommended Celie because I see Ella, she ain't going to be much trouble. I hate that movie. I hate the movie. I just hate. She ain't gonna be much trouble. But the daddy said, "Listen, go take Celie, because Celie, remember I talked about it last week. That cooking scene with him, or I think it was Thursday after dark, rehab after dark. Man, that cooking scene when Celie had them eggs and that ham and that bacon on that stove. Let me tell you something. Celie was putting it down in the kitchen. Okay, putting it down." But that was a pragma love. Mr. was given to her. Mr. was given to her out of reason, out of duty, right? Thinking about the long term. Can I say this to y'all? And I'm getting ready to bust you down to the white meat. You hear me? Let me say this to all of you. You better make sure that in whoever you're choosing, you're also choosing people with a level of pragma involved. They can be cute. Pastor's not suggesting that you go out here and get you a male version of a Celie, or that you go out here and get you a female version of a Celie. Pastor's not suggesting that. Pastor's not suggesting that you should not be physically attracted to who you are connected to. In fact, I'm suggesting the opposite. You better have some kind of physical attraction to them. It shouldn't just be all pragma. It need to be some eros in there too. Are y'all listening to me? So get the physical stuff, but hear what I'm saying. You better get you somebody that's got some pragma too. You better get you somebody that's got some qualities that last. Are they smart? Are they go-getters? Do they think? Are they reasonable? Do they want more for their lives than what they already got? Y'all not listening to me here, right? Because let me tell you something. When you get you somebody that's got some pragma, and y'all successful, money can fix up anything. Money can fix, he can look like Shabba Ranks. And some of y'all too young to know who Shabba Ranks is. He can look like Shabba, but if you got some money, you can fix him up. Are y'all listening to me? You can fix him up. I was laughing because me and the kids was listening to some music and saw the video of Kiki by Drake. And at the end of that video, what's the DJ Khaled? At the end of that Kiki video, DJ Khaled is standing by the pool and he dancing. Shorts on, stomach flopped over his shorts, stomach just flying everywhere. And he's dancing at the end of the Kiki video, Drake's Kiki video. And he's dancing, stomach flopping everywhere. And we was laughing. But let me tell you something. That thing hit me. I want the kind of confidence of DJ Khaled that would allow you to stand by a pool with your shirt off, your stomach flopping, and you good in your skin. Let me tell you something. When you got money, money change everything. So you better get you somebody who got some pragma. Because when you got pragma, listen to me, when you got pragma and you successful, when you connected to somebody and y'all successful because they smart, they intelligent, they go-getters, they ain't lazy, they want more for their lives. When y'all making money, you can put some money on a stomach. You can put some money on missing teeth. Y'all not. I'm trying to teach y'all. Y'all don't even want this today. I'm trying to help y'all. Get you somebody that's got some pragma in them. So if they got some shaba in them, you can fix that up. You can fix up the shaba with some money. And you ain't gonna get no money if they ain't got no pragma. Are y'all listening to me? If they got pragma, you can make money. And if you making money, you can fix up shaba. All right. So get you. Yeah, they need to be cute. Yeah, they need to be fine. Well, Pastor, don't nobody sex me like they do, Pastor. That if that's what you into, that's fine. But let me tell you something. That stuff only goes so far. You better make sure they got some pragma. Because if they got some pragma, you can get some money to fix up all the flaws. Money answers all things. This is Bible. Y'all don't like this. I know y'all don't like this. Money answers everything. Now, some of the ladies on Instagram are going in about Shaba. Apparently, they like Shaba or whatever. But every time I think about Shaba rings, I can't help but think about Marlon Wayans on what's the comedy show? Oh man, In Living Color. When Marlon Wayans plays Shaba Ranks on In Living Color, I can't get that image out my head. Y'all might have liked the real Shaba, but every time I hear Shaba, I think about Marlon Wayans with his mouth twisted, drool coming out of his mouth on In Living Color. Now, if you don't know what In Living Color is, just Google that episode and it'll have you crying. So the ladies on Instagram are going in about Shaba. They thought Shaba was fine. Whatever. All I'm saying is the larger point is this. Get you somebody with some pragma. If you get you somebody with some pragma, you're going to always be successful. If you're successful, you're going to be getting money. And if you're getting money, you're going to be able to fix up the flaws. Is that making sense? Last love, and I'm done. Love number 7. Love number 7 is Philia. Philia. Philautia. I'm going to spell it again. Philia. Philautia. Philia. Philautia. Philia is not what y'all think. Philau. It ain't fellatio. That's not what I said. I know my Instagram people like the back of my hand. Thank you for spelling that, Miss Watson. Philautia. Now, I can work this in many angles. I'm going to make this fast. This is self-love. This is self-love. Oh, I might go there, Nikki. This is self-love. Philia is self-love, which can be healthy or unhealthy. Healthy or unhealthy. That's what this is. This is self-love. It is a love that can lead to empowerment. This is a love that can lead to better self-esteem. This is a love that can lead to you feeling better about you, right? But this can also be selfish arrogance, right? This kind of love can also be selfish arrogance, right? Because when all you love is you and you don't love nobody else but you, then we in the wrong kind of love. Is that making sense? Right? If all you love is you and you don't love nobody else but you, then you're operating still in the wrong. Even if it is self-love, you're operating in the wrong love. See, I know we're on this self-love movement, and I've been teaching about it, right? I talked about Being in love with the wrong person the first week, last week when we started relationship goals, and I said, you're in love with the wrong person because ultimately you need to be in love with you first. I meant that. And that's important. So I know we're in this self-love time now where there's really this big push on loving yourself first, as should be. But some people take that to the extreme. Some people don't love nobody but themselves. And when all you love is yourself and you don't love nobody else, it then ceases from being a healthy kind of love to being an arrogant kind of love, to being a selfish kind of love, to being a self-serving kind of love, to being an unhealthy, toxic kind of love. See, some of you are in toxic relationships because you're in love with people who love themselves more than they love you. And when you are in love with somebody who loves themselves more than they love you, now listen, to an extent that has to be true, because you really can't love anybody until you love you, right? So to an extent, you should love you more than you love anybody else. But I'm talking about to the extreme, right? They don't ever think about you first. They don't ever put you first. They don't ever put your needs first. They don't ever put what you desire first. They don't ever do. It's all about them. That's how you end up in toxic relationships. And toxicity is dangerous when you're connected to somebody who loves themselves so much that they ain't thinking about nobody else but them. They ain't thinking about nobody else but what they desire. They're not thinking about nobody else but what it is that they want. And so that's where this type of love goes too far. And so we've got to be careful to understand that self-love is powerful, but self-love should even have its limits, especially when you are connected to people, right? And this could be in friendship loves, romantic loves, whatever. When you're connected to people, even in self-love positions you to be able to give that love away, right? Self-love positions you to be able to give that love away. If you don't have proper self-love, you can't properly give love out, right? We understand that, right? But again, the proper self-love is not selfish love. Proper self-love is not selfish love. All right. And that's number 7. Listen, I'm done. I promise y'all, you lovers, I wasn't going to be in here all day. Did this bless any of y'all? Did it make sense? Was this a powerful session or not on this cold Valentine's Day morning? Some of y'all still upset because you ain't booed up. Maybe you mad at your boo, whatever it is. But I hope this message really blessed you. I really do. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for you. I want you to drop your prayer request on the chat line right now. I want you to drop your prayer request on the chat line right now because I'm getting ready to pray for all of you. I'm getting ready to pray for all of you. If you've got a prayer request, you can email your prayer request to info@rehabcc.org. That's info@rehabcc.org. All right. But I want to see some prayer requests come across the line because it is my prayer that this message on Valentine's morning was a blessing to all of you. All right. It is my prayer that this was a blessing to you. I'm so grateful you tuned in. Now, listen, I'm giving you 40 seconds right now. Drop your prayer requests. I want you to know I've been praying for you every morning. I've been getting up 4:45 in the morning. The first thing that I do is I pray over your prayer requests. I pray concerning your situation, your circumstance. And I want you all to know that I have been praying for you tremendously this week. This has been a powerful week of prayer, a powerful week of manifestation. And I want you to know that I'm praying for you. Listen, good. I see the prayer requests coming up, and these are powerful prayer requests. But I want you to know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your family. I'm praying for your circumstance, whatever it is that you need. Come on, you've got 30 seconds. Quickly, type in your prayer requests. Type in your prayer requests quickly. I want you to know I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you. I want you to know that everything is going to be okay, even in the season that you're in, and that there is still no weapon formed against you that has a chance to prosper. God's going to work some things out. He's going to give you strength in your situation. He's going to give you courage to go through what you're dealing with. He's going to give you the stamina not to give up. He's going to give you the focus not to quit. He's going to give you the ability to keep moving forward. I just need you to trust him. If you can think it, God can make it happen. If you can believe it, God can make it happen for you. Come on, you got 15 seconds. Type in your prayer request quickly. Come on, I need to see you typing quickly. Type in your prayer request quickly, because I'm getting ready to pray for you. And I'm so excited to pray for you this morning. And I truly believe that as a result of this prayer, God's going to continue to make ways for you. Come on, 10 seconds. I need to see your prayer request. I'm praying for those of you that are watching the replay. Maybe you were booed up this morning. You had a long night and a long morning. Amen. Nothing wrong with that if you did. I'm certainly praying that God continues to bless you, bless your family, bless your mind, bless your career, bless your whole situation, whatever it is that you're dealing with, wherever you are. It is my prayer that God blesses you in a tremendous way. All right. I'm praying for you. Listen, you're going to win in this season. Your family's going to win in this season. Your career is going to win in this season. Your health is going to win in this season. Everything concerning you is going to win in this season. I just need you to do one thing. I need you to trust and believe that it's already done. Ask for it, believe God for it, and then receive it. If you do this, God's going to bless you like you would not be able to imagine. And it's all because of the faith and the trust that you have for him. All right, listen, connect your hands like this. It's a symbol of faith. Would you do me a favor? Connect your hands like this as a symbol of faith. We're about to touch and agree that God answers your prayer. All right, let's do it. Let's pray. Father, in Jesus' name, I thank you for this word. I thank you for this time of gathering you've given us. I pray that something was said or done through this word that has encouraged somebody, that has strengthened somebody, that has challenged somebody to live for you, to serve you, to do the will and work of your kingdom in a special way. God, be glorified today as a result of your word. Help us, God, to understand that not all love is created equal, but that love is so vital and so essential for us to be everything that we've been called to be, for us to have everything that we've been called to have. I pray, God, in this season that this word has changed and shaken somebody this morning like never before. Now, God, for every prayer request that's come across this line, we speak to these prayer requests now. We ask now that you would answer these prayers, that you would make ways, open doors, and meet needs like you never had before. There are issues with families. There are issues with health and wellness. There are issues, God, with mental clarity that's coming across this prayer request line this morning. I pray, God, that you would see to these requests, that you would answer the prayers of your people, and even more than that, that you would help us all to understand that we are indeed the masters of our circumstance. We have the ability to control our realities by the way we think, by the things that we focus on, by the things that we believe for. So help us, God, that whatsoever things are lovely, that we think on those things, that whatsoever things are good, that we think on those things, that whatsoever things are true and honest, that we think on those things, that whatsoever things are pure and just, that we think on those things. And as we think on those things, that those things will begin to manifest and materialize in our lives. I thank you. This week shall be a week filled with miracles, open doors, made ways, met needs, granted heart's desires like never before. God, it's this and all things we ask, pray, and proclaim in Jesus' name. Amen. Listen, I want you to type in the comments right now. It is so. It is so. Come on, do it quickly. It is so. Pastor, I pray, I'm touching and agreeing. I want you to put it in the comments right now. It is so. It is so. Come on. It is so. Type it in the comments now. It is so. It is so. You don't even realize that when you say it is so, you're just simply saying amen. All you're saying is it's already done. Come on, put it in the comments. It is so. It is so. God is going to answer your prayers. God is going to make ways for you. God is going to open doors for you. God is going to meet needs for you in this season like he never has before. And I need you to trust him. Even if you don't understand, I need you to trust him. Even if it seems like he's far away from you, I need you to trust him. And if you trust him, he's going to make ways for you like never before. Listen, if there's anybody that wants to be saved, if there's anybody that wants to dedicate their life to Christ, if there's anybody that wants to commit to Christ, I need you to do me a favor. This is one of the best times of your life to be saved. God wants to save you. Romans 10:9 tells us that if we confess with our mouths, believe with our hearts that Jesus Christ is who he is, did for us what he did for us, we are saved. Listen, God wants to save you this morning. Even on Valentine's Day, Sunday morning, he wants to save you. He wants you to dedicate your life to him. I want to challenge you right now to do just that. If you want to be saved, do me a favor. I want you to stop what you're doing. If you want to be saved, if you want to dedicate your life to Christ, I want you to stop what you're doing because I need you to repeat this prayer with me. And I'm here to tell you that if you repeat this prayer and believe it, God wants to save you this morning. Wow. What better gift could you receive today on Valentine's Day than to give your life to Christ, to accept Christ as your Savior, to turn over to him all of your flaws and your failures so that you can live for him and serve him and live your very best life. Listen, that's my prayer for somebody today. Maybe you're watching this live or maybe you're watching the replay. and you want to dedicate your life to him, if you do, I want you to stop what you're doing, and I need you to repeat this prayer. Listen, if you're already saved, this ain't the time to leave the broadcast. I need you to pray right where you are, because somebody's going to dedicate their life to Christ right now. Are you ready? You want to be saved? Repeat this with me. I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. I have some flaws, and I even have some failures. But I do believe that Jesus Christ was born of a virgin, lived on this earth just like I'm living. He suffered, bled, and died on the cross. But 3 days later, rose again for my sins. Because he lives, I can live, and I am saved. Listen, if you prayed that prayer with me, I want to welcome you to the royal family of Jesus Christ. You have made a very powerful decision, and I'm so grateful that you've done that. Now, do me a favor. I need you to find you a church home somewhere. I don't care where. I know a lot of churches still aren't open. We're not open physically in a physical building, but I need you to find you a church home somewhere where you can be a part of that ministry and dedicate your life to Christ in a special way. Listen, not only does God want to save you, he now wants to fill you with his presence. How do we get filled? We surround ourselves with other believers, other like-minded believers, so that we can then be filled with his spirit, his presence, the gift of the Holy Ghost, become one with him, and really apply his presence to our lives so that it changes our habits, changes our behaviors, changes our flaws. So I need you to find you a church home. I don't care where you live, Atlanta, Houston, Greensboro, doesn't matter which, Charlotte, doesn't matter where you are. I need you to find you a church home somewhere, a Bible teaching, Bible preaching, community-based ministry that believes in blessing others. I want you to be a part of that ministry. All right. Make sure you're a part of that ministry so that you can dedicate your time, talent, and treasures to that church. If you're looking for a church home and you love this ministry, you want to be a part of the Rehab Christian Center, I would love to welcome you to Rehab. We have been in this virtual space since last March, and God is continuing to bless us, continuing to expand us. And I would love to be your pastor and walk alongside you during this journey that is your spiritual walk. And so if you're looking for a church home, you should see moderators on the screen that are asking you, if you're looking for a church home and want to be a part of our ministry, just simply reach out to that moderator, respond to that moderator's comment, and that moderator will get some information from you. And we would love to welcome you to the royal family of Jesus Christ by way of the Rehab Christian Center. Listen, we have room for one more member, and we would love to welcome you, welcome your family to our church, our growing church, because we want you to just not dedicate your time, but we want you to dedicate your talent, your treasure to our ministry as we continue to grow and expand in the Triad area. And we would love to be a part with you on this journey. Not the largest church, not the loudest church, not the biggest church, but by far the nicest church on the entire planet. And I would love to be your pastor and walk alongside you on this spiritual journey, giving you word that you can relate to and understand and apply to your life so that you can live your best life in the season. All right. Would you do that? Make sure you reach out to a moderator and we would love to welcome you there. Listen, it's giving time. I want to challenge you to give. If this message has blessed you, if this message has been a blessing to you, if this ministry has been a blessing to you, I want to challenge you to give today. I want to challenge you to give. I know we're in the thick of tax season and all of these things going on, but I want to challenge all of you to give today. It is only because of your giving that we are even able in this virtual format to continue to do the things that we do. I wish in a perfect world they would shut down rent because we're not in the building, but it doesn't work that way. That they would shut down utilities because we're not in the building. It doesn't work that way. And so it is really your giving that sustains us, that allows us to continue to do the things that we do, to be the blessing that we are, and to be able to continue to operate as a ministry. So I want to challenge you to give today. If this message has blessed you, if our ministry has been a blessing to you, there are 3 ways you can be a blessing to us. You can give via CashAPP at $REHABCCGIVE. That's $REHABCCGIVE. All right. Or you can get through our website by visiting www.rehabcc.org. That's www.rehabcc.org and simply choose online giving. Again, www.rehabcc.org and choose online giving. Or you can text REHABWORKS. Text REHABWORKS to 88202. Again, that's REHABWORKS, 2 words as 1 word. REHABWORKS to 88202. 88202, right? Text REHABWORKS to 88202 and right to your cell phone, you'll receive a prompt and you can give right from your cell phone. I need everybody tuned in today, everybody watching the replay, to sow a seed into this word, sow a seed into this ministry. And I promise you, God's going to bless you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. He's literally going to send somebody into your life who's going to be a blessing to you in ways that you can't imagine. And it's because of your giving. Again, I'm going to challenge you to give. I'm going to challenge you to give. You can give one of three ways. Via CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. That's $REHABCCGIVE. Through our website at www.rehabcc.org. That's www.rehabcc.org. Or you can give through your cell phone by texting the word REHABWORKS to 88202. Text REHABWORKS to 88202. And right to your cell phone, you will receive a prompt, follow those prompts, and you can be a blessing right from your cell phone. Listen, I love all of you. I'm praying for you. I am certainly praying that you have a phenomenal week all week long. Do me a favor, if you have not already, I need you to stop what you're doing. If you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, I want you to like, heart this video, share this video, tag 5 people, and tell them to tune in. Some of your friends are still booed up, and they ain't going to get up until late today, and they're going to be tired. Tell them to find some time to watch this video. And I promise you, this video is going to be a blessing to them the same way it was a blessing to you. Don't forget to tune in Tuesday, 7:08 p.m. I may go in a different direction based on what we talked about today. But we're definitely going to deal with relationship, our relationship goal series on Tuesday. And so I want to see all of you Tuesday night, 7:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a powerful word, 45 minutes of power. And I can't wait to see all of you. And I can't wait to share with you on Tuesday. Listen, I love each of you. I'm praying for you. I want you to have a phenomenal Valentine's Day. If nobody tells you they love you, Pastor loves you, right? I know it probably ain't the kind of love that you want today, but Pastor loves you. Pastor's praying for you. Pastor's rooting for you. And I want you to know that regardless of where you are, all things are working together for your good and for your benefit. All right. Listen, I love you. I'm praying for you. I want you to have a fantastic Sunday and Valentine's Day. Go out here and tell somebody you love them today. And I want you to have a fantastic day. And I will see you on Tuesday. All right. I love you guys. I'm praying for you. Peace and blessings.
Thank you for watching the Rehab Christian Center Live Experience. If this broadcast has been a blessing to you and you would like to be a blessing to our leader, Dr. Zeb Talley III, you can sow a seed into his ministry by Cash App at $PastorZT3. It is our prayer that this message of hope encourage, enlighten, and empower you to be better. Please tune in Sunday at 9:08 a.m. for our Sunday morning experience. And as always, be blessed and have a wonderful week.